This is the type of recognition I love to see. January 23rd, I fucking love you, my boy. Call me Oda at this point because I really do this shit. My last video, I went bar for bar predicting this chapter. Okay, maybe I didn't predict all this Saturn transformation demon stuff, but everything else was pretty spot on. I'm gonna be very annoying in this video, so I'm just warning you guys from now. But alright, let's take it from the top. Firstly, guys, subscribe to the channel if you are new, or if this is your 50th time returning to the channel. We are gonna be making many agenda videos about this chapter and the future one, so yeah, leave a like. So let's talk about the cover page real quick, and this shit is absolutely amazing. So we see the entire Shimotsuki family, well, not everybody, but majority of the people who have names, and it looks pretty cool. We see Ryuma, we see Zoro, we see Kuina, we see their trainer, but we also see a red-haired guy in the top left. I don't know if that's Pin Zoro, man. If that's Pin Zoro, yo, he's my favorite Shimotsuki after Zoro, of course, because yo, that red hair looks amazing. All right, so now the chapter begins with the pacifistas following Vegapunk's orders, and they start attacking the NPC Marines. We cut to the group inside Vegapunk's tank as they are searching for Bonnie. Wasting no time, we cut to Sanji looking for Bonnie. Sanji's female radar activates and he's able to locate Bonnie. I find it so funny that this is an actual thing that Vegapunk comments on. He says it's an unscientific female radar, but I believe in it. Vegapunk just made me like him more, man. Vegapunk first try.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking about it. Man.
Then we see Sanji speed across the island like he's the Flash to go save Bonnie. Sanji honestly just looks like a straight up speedster this arc. Next we cut to Bonnie fighting for her life against the NPC Marines. She uses an attack called Near Death Experience, and I'm pretty sure it ages them to the point where they are dead and they look like Brook. And then they come back to normal. They get so traumatized by the death experience that they pass out right after. Because this guy said, yo, he's seen a river or he saw the afterlife, and that traumatized him. Now, a new Vice Admiral pulls up on Bonnie. These are terrible translations, by the way. They say her name is Vice Admiral Bluegrass, or what?
What did you say, nigga?
Yeah, I don't know how that's a name, but she has this fruit that lets her stick to anything, hence why she's able to stick and control the pacifista and ride it. So I think she has a stick fruit. She uses the pacifistas to shoot at Bonnie, and Bonnie, being the innocent girl she is, she stares into the laser beams thinking of her father. Lo and behold, the man himself, Sanji, comes in and saves her. I love how Sanji's being a gentleman here instead of the horny Sanji that occasionally comes out. He tried to help her cope about her father while he saved her. He then brings her safely back to the tank. But man, I'm loving this Bonnie and Sanji thing going on. I love it. We had her praising him a couple of chapters ago, and now he's carrying her like some princess the entire chapter and saved her life. After this is done, you know, Bonnie might have to, you know what? Especially when he whips her up a crazy meal and has her. Listen, Bonnie is not a child. Until I get concrete information, I will not assume so. I'm gonna assume her age is 24, since that's what we were told the entire series. Until I get concrete information, not gonna assume so. When people calling Sanji a bitch for running away from a Vice Admiral, whenever people are protecting people, they tend to run away. That's just how things go, especially if they're females. Like your man Zoro. Yeah. Now what? That's what I thought. Yeah, look at him, bro. He's running away. Now we cut to Luffy versus Kizaru. Once again, this man Kizaru was not taking Luffy seriously. This guy told him, hey, I can't finish my mission if I stay here. Then he zooms away. We then cut to a panel of Kizaru, Luffy, Zoro, and Lucci looking all shocked because they feel a strange presence. By the way, Zoro's only using 2 swords on Lucci, question mark? Where's the sword in his mouth? That's for you Zoro gender pushers, so go run away with that. And this strange presence manages to take over the pacifistas. We then see a strange ritual happening with black lightning coming out the circle as the Vegapunk tank drives by. Then an announcement happens. To all Marines, St. J. Garcia landed on the island, which I did say would happen. Then Sanji sees something coming out that circle and he seems to be worried. I'm not even gonna address the people calling out Sanji for this, but we find out it's Saturn coming out the circle, and every Marine is obligated to not look at it. We find out the reason for that is because if you look at St. J. Garcia Saturn, your head's gonna explode on some The Boys type shit.
Thank you. You have 5 minutes to make your opening statement.
I don't know if this is because of some ritual or some spell casted on his allies, or if this is for pretty much anybody that looks at him. And if you're strong-willed, or if you're not an NPC, you can resist that head shit where your head gets blown up. You get revealed to Saturn's zone transformation, and honestly, I like it. I know people aren't a fan of this, but how else do you expect an 100-year-old fat man to look? I think Oda sauced up his character design to resemble his transformation in the best way possible. He even has that smoke, meaning he could be awakened, since the zone awakenings I seen like Rob Lucci and Luffy have that same smoke around them. We see Kizaru appear on top of the Vegapunk tank and try to kill them with a laser beam. While Kizaru is charging up his attack, Luffy clips him with his White Star gun with Advanced Conqueror's Haki. Kizaru ends up getting flown back and Luffy ends up reaching his limit in Gear 5. There's so much to unpack here. First, Luffy managed to hit Kizaru because he just didn't give a fuck about Luffy. Let's be clear, as we saw him trying to attack Vegapunk while dismissing Luffy because he did see him pull up, he still tried to attack Vegapunk. Well, at least that's how I interpreted it. I know there's a whole debate going on about this being off guard or not. Honestly, I can see what you guys mean because he knew Luffy was there, but at the same time, Kizaru was not even trying to pay attention to Luffy and he seems confused and not aware of the attack that's about to hit him. And before that, he was trying to shoot a laser beam at Vegapunk. So it's kind of like, yeah, he should know Luffy's there, but at the same time, does he give a fuck about Luffy? Is it really worrying about him hitting him? So it's all about how you interpret it. Since Luffy used Advanced Conqueror's Haki, what happens after this is crucial. Kizaru says this is bad when he gets hit, and we see white stars around his head, indicating that he probably got knocked out right after we see Luffy reach his limit. So some of you guys are coming to the conclusion that Kizaru was finished and he's out of the fight forever, and he's probably knocked out, laid out on the floor with all his arms out, and he got defeated by Luffy, guys. So many of you guys told me Luffy isn't using Advanced Conqueror's Haki because it would instantly body Kizaru and defeat him. Right now, that's what you're probably assuming, right? I hope you think that's what happened because it's cap. I see this in two ways. Either since Luffy ran out of Gear 5 and Kizaru got sent into a building, Oda did this so they can postpone the fight for a bit. Or the second option, this is how it ends inconclusive and they solve the problem and then they're not going to deal with the Saturn problem that just arrived and then they're going to escape. So their fight could honestly just end right here and be inconclusive. But that didn't mean Luffy won the fight. Kizaru did not lose here and he's not out of commission. Y'all are so reactionary. If you guys were reading the Kaido fight, you probably would have thought the same here. Oh, Kaido's finished, guys. He fell back on the floor. Oh my god, he's finished. Yo, wrap it up. Either way, Kizaru will be fine eventually. He's not knocked out unconscious to the point where he can't fight no more like he's Doflamingo or Katakuri. Whether we see him in the next chapter or the chapter after that, he's going to get up. These are Marine Admirals. Two of them, for crying out loud, fought for 11 days. These guys were taking attacks from each other constantly. There's no way one Advanced Conqueror's Haki attack puts down an Admiral to the point where he needs to get medical care. No. And once we do see Kizaru get up, it's going to be a war. I want and need Kizaru to be stronger than Kaido. I would love that. And it looks like potentially I might get the info I need to finally have him stronger than Kaido, because I don't have him stronger right now. Some of you guys think I do. Even if, let's say, Kizaru did get knocked out and he lost right here, can you even say he really lost? He lost to a man he was trying to avoid and leave and not even trying to fight in the first place. Is that the dub you guys want to take? I mean, if Luffy's gonna take a dub, wouldn't it be best to give him the dub where Kizaru was actually trying to fight back the entire time? Nah, man. Why are you guys so happy about this? So the last panel, we get a double spread of Saturn in front of Frankie, Vegapunk, and Sanji holding his lady Bonnie. Didn't I say we're gonna see Saturn pull up on them? Like, this is exactly what I envisioned beside the Saturn transformation. We see Bonnie jump out of Sanji's arms and stab Saturn. This is a paper cut, by the way, guys. Let's not get too hyped about this like Saturn got blitzed or severely wounded. Saturn is most likely a mythical zone, and shit like this does not faze him. Just look at him. You guys want to go wild with agendas and make shit more than what it is? No, just stop. What's about to happen to Bonnie is what I'm really afraid of. And you know, if something's happening to Bonnie, you know what's gonna happen with a certain character. But I have so much thoughts about what's gonna happen in the next chapter that I'm gonna make another video on it in a day or two. So Sanji is now in front of Saturn. You guys know what this means. Wait for my next vid. Listen, for my Sanji bros that can't wait for the next video, I'll let you know right now to leave you guys with this. Sanji stocks are currently fluctuating. I can't tell you if they're high as hell or if they're low right now. Like, it's really like it's in the middle. Like, it's kind of scary. Listen, Luffy versus Kizaru is either inconclusive and they get off this island, or they run it back because Kizaru is not defeated like he's Katakuri laid out on his back. Stop. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.